Chapter 8. Corwin, the Paladin of Amber. In the morning, the party paid Dordan their taxes that were due, and paid stable boys to come and feed and care for their horses while they were gone. Then they went to see Carl and Laura to let them know that they were heading out, but weren't sure how long they'd be gone. Laura: I'm sad that you're going now. I hope you get back before I have my baby. Latia: We hope so too. But just like last time, we don't really know how long we'll be gone. But as soon as we're back, we'll come see you, so don't worry. Carl: I'll make sure to check on your place every day. And I know Laura is going to enjoy spending time there in that big, beautiful house of yours. But one of the other girls who works here will always be with her, so don't worry. We think she'll be giving birth in maybe a month or so hopefully you'll be back before then. Laura: So where are you going this time? Off on another great adventure, I'm sure, she said, smiling. Shinfia: We sure are, but this time we've been invited to go on a quest. A woman appeared before us in our home and spoke to us. Then 3 items appeared, and she said she's hidden them, and she invited us to go on a quest to see if we could find them. Carl: Wait, what? A woman appeared before all of you in your home? Who was she? Shinfia, remembering what they said to the elders: Oh, well, we aren't certain, but she's obviously very powerful. We're all very excited to head out to see if we can find those items that she showed us. She didn't say who she was? What kind of items were they? And where did she hide them? Latia, after seeing Shinfia look at her: The items were a light crossbow, a short sword, and a suit of leather armor. She said her name was Shayla, and that her items were hidden in some caves, but that we'd have to talk to the wood elves to find where they were located. We met with the wood elves yesterday, and they told us where to go. So now we're heading out. Laura: Shayla. Oh, I like that name. Carl, if our baby is a girl, let's name her Shayla. Maybe this is a sign from the gods. Carl: And if it's a boy, what shall we name him? He then looked at Lightmane. We were thinking about Lightmane to honor you for what your experiment did for us. But we probably shouldn't give our human baby an elven name, right? Lightmane, smiling back: Yeah, probably not. Maybe go with Jack. Or Tenneth, which made them both smile. Jack: Oh yes, I'd really like that. But whatever name you choose is fine. Tenneth: Me too. Whatever you name your baby is fine with us. We'll see you all soon, hopefully. Everyone smiled, and the girls hugged and kissed Laura, and then the party headed out for the Wood Elf's camp to pick up Dalma. Lorraine summoned Dalma one more time before sending her off with the adventurers. We have already met with your group again to make sure that none of them ever speak to anyone about what they heard the adventurers tell you about what the goddess said to them. So we're going over that with you now. Though since you're traveling with just them, it won't matter. For now. If they do end up speaking with others, though, we expect you to make sure that they say nothing about this to anyone. Dalma: I understand. I will remind them if I feel that I need to, but I'm sure they won't say a word to anyone. At least not for now, anyway. Lorraine gave Dalma a large sack full of Jarana. Here, now you'll all have plenty, which I'm sure will make them quite happy. She then hugged Dalma. I will miss you while you're gone. Go with the blessings of the goddess and return here soon. Dalma hugged her back then exited the grove and climbed down a little ways and sat on a tree branch and waited for the party to come get her. Sheila. So, what do you all think? Moradin. So they can only access this through a cave entrance in their forest? Sheila. Yes. What do you think of my design? Ilana. I like it. I actually prefer what you did compared to what we all went through. Yolo. What did you all go through? Bale. They had to step through a portal that kept turning red, blue, and yellow, but only one of them could step through at a time, and they couldn't control where it sent them. Everything was random. Yolo. Okay, yeah, I like this better too. But I think my favorite thing here are those gnomes, he said, smiling. Sheila, also smiling. I knew you'd like them. I thought of you when I came up with that idea. Kurth. I almost wish I could go with them. Kurth thought about that some more. Then again, maybe not, he said, laughing, to which they all laughed. Sheila. So, shall we all walk back to my home now and continue playing this fun game? Ilana. Oh yes, let's do that. I am so curious about this Corwin person. I want to see how much he's like the Corwin character from that book, and if we can get him to travel with us, along with Hrag. Can you imagine how interesting it would be if we had a paladin and a goblin traveling with us? Moradin, laughing now. That would be a riot. As they walked across the field, Sheila could see that Yolo was clearly looking forward to something, and she was certain it had to do with Corwin, and she couldn't wait to find out what it was. Once again, the party had no encounters, and when Dalma saw them coming, she slid down a vine and met them on the trail. I'm all ready to go. I brought a lot of drana. She started passing them out to everybody. This should be enough for everyone for at least a month. Belfin, looking very happy. A month? Wow! I wouldn't think that would be enough for a week. Nightwind, the way you eat, I think you're right. Dalma, ignoring Nightwind's humor. It will. You don't need to eat nearly as much as you would with iron rations, or even regular food. While drana is a mix of meats and vegetables and cheeses, it's also magical. Our druidical magic takes the food and turns it into this magical substance, which sustains us better than normal food. Latia, I don't know why I didn't ask you this before, but what's the yellow and brown and green wrapping thing that kind of looks like a multicolored leaf thing or something? Dalma, looking slightly confused by Latia's words. It's a multicolored leaf. They grow in our grove, but you couldn't see them because they're all behind the walls, which are just tree branches, and behind the branches is where all the drana comes from. Belfin, so are you saying that you have an endless supply of drana then? Dalma, yes. Belfin, smiling now. Well, that settles it. I want to come live with you all now. Dalma, you can't come live with us. Belfin, I know. I was kidding. Dalma, looking confused. You were kidding? Why were you kidding? Belfin, trying to explain himself. I know I can't come live with you, but I love drana, and I wish I could eat it every day, which is why I said I want to come live with you. But he saw she still didn't get it. It's okay. I know I can't come live with you, but if I can keep getting drana from you, I'll be very happy. Dalma, then I will see if I can keep getting you more when we get back. Belfin smiled, but decided it was probably best to not continue that conversation. So it's a 2-day travel to the southeast, yes? Dalma, Yes, we should only need to spend one night in the forest, though, hopefully. The elders were going to contact the mystics in another camp and have us spend the first night there. But then they decided it wasn't worth risking having more of us learn about the goddess appearing before you. So we're sleeping in the forest tonight, something I have not done in a very long time. Teneth, we should probably all go over our spells now, in case we think we should make some changes before going into those caves. So how about we stop for a bit and eat some of our drana while going over all that we have? How does that sound? Latia, that sounds like a good idea, Teneth. For my cantrips, I'm going with 2 detect poison, 2 bind wounds, and 1 detect magic. For my level 1 spells, I'm going with Sun Scorch, just in case we run into undead right away in those caves, Fairy Fire, and 2 Earth Bows. For my level 2 spells, I'm going with Heal Minor Wounds, Earth Devil, and Produce Flame, because it sounds like a pretty cool spell, so I want to try it out. I only get 1 level 3 spell, so I decided to go with Neutralize Poison, just in case we need it. So glad I can cast that spell now. Jack, so are we. I take it, though, that Produce Flame produces a flame, yes? He said, smiling. Latia, keeping with the sarcasm, no. Whatever gave you that idea? Jack just smiled, while Drana looked confused. But Latia continued. It produces the flame in my hand, and I can throw it at someone or something, and then another one appears in my hand again, and I can throw it again, and then one more time. Once I achieve the 4th progression, I'll be able to throw 4 flames. Pretty cool, huh? Jack, I love it. Hope there's a wizard spell like that. I'm sure there is. Just need to find it, or find a wizard who can teach it to me. Latia, seeing that Dalma was still looking confused. So Dalma, I'm really curious. What spells do you have? Dalma, the cantrips I use are Animal Summoning, Bind Wounds, Create Water, Detect Poison, and Purify Food and Drink. My level 1 spells are Animal Summoning, Animal Friendship, Earth Bow, Sanctuary, and Speak with Animals. My level 2 spells are Animal Summoning, Obscurement, and Speak with Plants. And my level 3 spells are Animal Summoning and Cure Disease. Teneth, I take it you like summoning animals, he said, smiling. Dalma, yes. Teneth, feeling a little awkward now. Okay. Well, for my cantrips, I'm going with Create Water, just in case we run out of water, Detect Magic, Read Magic, and 2 Bind Wounds spells. For my level 1 spells, I'm going with Curse, Protection from Evil, and 2 Cure Light Wounds. And I can cast 2 level 2 spells now. So I decided to go with Cure Moderate Wounds and Spiritual Hammer. Jack, what about your Hold Person spell? Teneth, well, Hold Person only works against humanoid creatures, where Spiritual Hammer works against any type of creature. So for now, Spiritual Hammer seems like the better choice. Jack, got it. Well, I can cast 5 cantrips, 4 level 1 spells, and 2 level 2 spells. So I'm going with Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Read Magic, Mending, and Unseen Servant. Lightmane, Unseen Servant. I really like that spell. So glad we found that spell book. Jack, I know. My level 1 spells are Magic Missile, Sleep, and Shield, and I'm going to try out Jilgrath's Darkfire spell. And for level 2 spells, I'm going with Invisibility, and since we're going to be exploring caves, I decided to try out Continual Light. Seems like the best choice for now. Lightmane, that all sounds good. For my 4 cantrips, I'm going with Detect Magic, Read Magic, Jump, and Unseen Servant. I've never cast Jump before either, and thought maybe we might need it in caves for some reason. I get 3 level 1 spells and 1 level 2 spell, so I'm going with 2 magic missiles and 1 sleep spell. And I'm going to try out that other spell we found in the spell book, Ice Knife. Phileas, what does that spell do again? Lightmane, It fires a dagger that's made of ice at a target that's up to 60 feet from me. Also, creatures struck by it can be paralyzed by the cold. It's a very cool spell. Phileas: It sure is. If only I could cast evocation spells. Well, my cantrips are 2 audible glamours, detect magic, read magic, and ventriloquism, which I'm eager to cast. My level 1 spells are Chain Self and Spook, along with Burning Hands and Sleep. So glad my mentor taught me Spook recently. It's quite fun. My level 2 spells are Phantasmal Force and Mirror Image. So Jack and I should be quite hard to hit, with him becoming invisible and me making images of myself. I cannot wait to try out these spells. Feeling satisfied with the spells that they had chosen to set out with, the party continued traveling. But they had never traveled in this part of the forest before, so it was difficult to keep their bearings. But Dalma seemed to know exactly where she was. And eventually night came, so they stopped and set up camp. Latia was going to try to talk to Dalma while they traveled, but she could see that Dalma appeared a little uncomfortable, which she assumed was because she was the only wood elf. So she decided to wait until tomorrow, to give her some time to adjust to traveling with them, before trying to get to know her better. Latia and Shinfia took the first watch, and all was quiet until they saw Dalma get up quickly and move off to the side. Latia whispering, "What is it?" Dalma, "I don't know, but I heard something. Wake everyone else up quickly, but be quiet." Shinfia whispering to Latia, "I didn't hear a thing. Did you hear anything?" Latia, "No." Just then, as they were quietly waking everyone up, they all heard what sounded like horses surrounding them. Male voice, "Surrender. Take any action, and you will all die a quick death." Dalma dropped to her knees and put her hands on the ground out in front of her. "Do what they say immediately." YOLO. Before we head back inside to play some more, I'd like to try something. Let's all sit down on the grass here, in this field. Sheila, "Oh, are we going to try meditating like Nightwind does?" YOLO, "Nightwind is the dwarf in the party, yes?" Sheila, "Yes." YOLO, "And he meditates. How interesting. Such a rare thing to hear of a dwarf who meditates." Moradin just rolled his eyes. "But no, we're not going to practice meditating. I want us to sit here, and you all try playing your character without your character sheet, or anything else. So, Corwin opens his eyes and sits up. Harag is near Rorik, and he immediately moves behind you and is shaking. Bale, wait, you want us to play your game right here, while we all just sit in the grass? How can we do that? YOLO, by just talking as your character. If it becomes necessary to use your character sheet or roll some dice for some reason, we'll go inside. But for now, I just want to try this." Everybody sat down on the grass, and they all looked at YOLO, clearly curious how this was going to work. Ilana, "Oh, this sounds like fun." Elena looks at Corwin and says, "Corwin, how are you conscious already? And please do not attack Harag. We want to all talk to both of you. If you try to attack him again, we'll try to stop you. So please just sit there for now and do nothing, okay?" YOLO. Corwin shakes his head. He's a goblin. How did I end up in a world where adventurers defend goblins? But fine, I will just sit here for now. After you're all done talking, I'll kill him then. Sheila. "Oh, this is so much fun." Drana looks at Corwin. "Why are you so insistent that we kill this goblin? Paladins are not required to kill goblins, especially if they're begging for mercy. Surely you know this, yes? YOLO. Corwin looks up at you. He's only begging for mercy because he's desperate. If he was sincere, I'd extend mercy. Burke. All who beg for mercy do so out of desperation. Have you sworn some oath that requires you to kill all goblins on sight? Corwin. No, I kill all goblins on sight because they're goblins. I am a prince of Amber. Ilana with a big smile on her face. Oh, here we go. This is gonna be good. Elena looks at Corwin. You're a prince of Amber? So you're an incredibly powerful paladin then, aren't you? Ilana then thought for a second. Oh wait, you were defeated in battle by 4 goblins, so not nearly as powerful as the Corwin that I know. YOLO, giving Ilana a look. Elena has no knowledge of Amber or Corwin or anything that you know about. Obviously, I'm not going to make Corwin the exact same as the book. Ilana, oops, you're right. Elena looks at Corwin. So you're a prince of Amber? What's that? Sheila, curious now about what Ilana just said. So how powerful is the Corwin in that book then? Ilana, I'd say he's around 20th level, if not 30th. Sheila, 20th to 30th level? Wow, I can't wait to read that book now. Thanks so much for bringing it. YOLO, you're going to greatly enjoy reading it. Corwin looks at Elena. Amber is the world that I come from. It is the true world. This world, and all others like it, are mere shadow worlds. My powers in this world, though, have been greatly limited for reasons that I do not understand. Harlan, greatly limited? You attack a goblin after lying unconscious on the road. Then, after you collapse again, you are fine after just a short time. You seem very powerful to us. Kurth then thought for a second. Can I ask him what level he is and tell him that we're all first level? Or should I say progression still? It sounds weird asking someone what level they've achieved. YOLO, we're saying level instead of progression, since this is just a game and not real life. But you can still use titles too. Sheila, oh yes, titles work. Drana asks Corwin what level has he achieved and what title is he. Corwin, in Amber, I am a paladin of the 33rd level. Here in your world, I'm only a keeper. Drana, so you're a paladin of the 2nd progression. Wait, I mean you're a 2nd level paladin then. Sheila, looking at YOLO, just give me some time to get used to saying level. A 2nd level paladin is good. We could really use a 2nd level paladin. You'd greatly help us. Oh, Drana said that last part. YOLO, smiling, yes, I know. Corwin says, I'm sure I would. Are you all first level at your craft? What are all of you? Morden, here, let me introduce all of us, okay? Everyone said okay. I am Burke. I am a fighter magic user. This halfling here is Elena. She is a warrior rogue. This gnome here is Harlan. He is a druid. This elf here is Rorik. He's a ranger. And this little lady, Morden smiled at Sheila when he said that, to which Sheila smiled back, is a warrior cleric. Corwin, such a diverse and fun little party you have. I think I would enjoy traveling with all of you. So I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you. I'll travel with you, and even let this goblin live. For now. He then looks at Harag. But if you try anything, Harag, I'll run my sword through you so fast you won't know what hit you. Because you'll be dead. Harag looks terrified now. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll travel with you for 1 month, but only if you agree to help me to try to get back to Amber afterwards. How does that sound? Elena, help you get back to Amber? How can we help you get back there? Oh, and can you bring us there too? I think we'd all like to see your world, right, guys? She said, smiling, to which everybody smiled and agreed while looking at Yolo. Corwin, I don't know if I can bring you there, but if it's possible, you're more than welcome to come with me. Somewhere in this world is the pattern. Upon hearing Corwin say pattern, Ilana's eyes lit up. But I have no clue where it is. I need to find it to get back to Amber. Help me find it, and if I'm able to, I'll bring you with me. Ilana stood up. Oh, this is awesome! I can't believe you're using that book for your game. Wait, why don't you just shadow walk, Corwin? That's what it's called, right? It's been years since I read that book. Oh, wait, Elena asked Corwin that question. Oh, no, Elena wouldn't know about shadow walking. Elena looks at Corwin and says, Is the pattern the only way for you to get back to your world? Yolo, smiling some more. Corwin looks at you and says the following. My dear, sweet Elena, you are indeed a fun little halfling, and I am greatly looking forward to getting to know all of you better. Normally, I would just shadow walk to Amber. Shadow walk is an ability that all princes of Amber possess, but for reasons unknown to me, I am unable to shadow walk in your world. That's the other way back, though, and you can come too then. That is, if I can figure out how to walk the shadows in... What is this world called? Drana. Our world is called Forestera. Sheila then got all excited. Oh, I have to read this book now. Can I read it first, and then we can play some more afterwards? Moradin. I want to read this book too. I think we all want to read it. Can we do that? Or do you want us to keep playing first? Yolo could tell that everyone clearly wanted to read his book first. Oh, I guess you all can read it first. I was thinking it might be more fun to go in blind, but since Alana already knows the story, you might as well all read it too. Then we'll play again. Yolo thought for a moment. In game time, what's happening now is that you're all just sitting on the ground, like we all are right now, while Corwin tells you all about Amber and the pattern and shadow walking. So when we start playing again, that will explain how you all know what he's talking about. There's a total of 5 books, though, so it'll take a while to read all that. Luckily for you, though, I have copies for everyone. I brought them, just in case. Bale. You brought 25 books with you? Where are you carrying them? Yolo, picking up a large sack he had with him and setting it on the table. 30. I'm carrying them in this bag of holding that I have. I have a lot of other stuff in here too, but I'll show you that stuff later. Yolo passed out the 5 copies of the Chronicles of Amber to everyone, and they all went nuts.